Once upon a time, in a small town in France called Loudun, there lived a young woman named Jeanne de Belciel. Jeanne was a strange person. She was short, had a lovely face, but her eyes had a hint of mischief. She was known for her sarcastic remarks, which often annoyed others. Jeanne was sent to live with the Ursuline nuns in Loudun. To everyone's surprise, she became a completely different person there. Instead of being sarcastic, she acted like an angel and helped the head nun, known as the prioress, with everything. She even became an expert on religious matters. When the prioress had to leave, she chose Jeanne to replace her. Now, at the age of 25, Jeanne was in charge of the nuns in Loudun. But soon, something strange happened. Jeanne started telling everyone that she had dreams about a local priest named Urbain Grandier. In these dreams, Grandier would attack her in a very bad way. Before the dreams started, Jeanne had invited Grandier to be the director of the Ursuline house, but he said no. Some people thought Jeanne might be making up the dreams because she was angry at Grandier for turning her down. But her dreams were so realistic and scary that the other nuns began having similar dreams too. A man named Canon Migman, who didn't like Grandier, thought that this was his chance to get rid of him. He brought in exorcists to help the nuns, and soon, almost all of them said they were being visited by Grandier at night. The exorcists decided that the nuns were possessed by evil spirits controlled by Grandier, and he was arrested. People from all over came to see the exorcisms, which were like a big show. The nuns would scream and roll around on the floor. Jeanne seemed to be the most possessed of all, and everyone wanted to see her exorcism. Eventually, Grandier was found guilty and sentenced to death. He was burned at the stake in front of a huge crowd. After his death, things calmed down, and the nuns stopped being possessed, except for Jeanne. She still claimed to be under the control of evil spirits. A priest named Father Ursuline was sent to help Jeanne. She liked him very much and spent hours talking to him about spiritual matters. She also started praying more and even began sleeping on the hard floor. She told Father Ursuline that she felt very close to God. With Father Ursuline's help, Jeanne started to get better. First, the word Joseph appeared on her hand, then other names like Jesus and Mary. These marks were considered miracles. She also said that an angel and Saint Joseph himself visited her and she was healed. Jeanne wanted to share these miracles with the world, so she and Father Ursuline went on a tour. They met important people like Cardinal Richelieu, the King and Queen of France, and other famous figures. Thousands of people would come to see Jeanne and hear her story. She even wrote a book about her experiences. When Jeanne died, her head was cut off, preserved, and placed in a special box. It was displayed alongside the chemise she wore when Saint Joseph healed her for people to see. In reality, Jeanne was a deeply narcissistic person who needed attention. She pretended to be religious and knowledgeable to impress the prioress. When she started having dreams about Grandier, she used them to create drama and become the center of attention. Jeanne manipulated people like Father Ursuline to help her. The marks on her hand might have been made by herself using acid or colored starch. She might have used her knowledge of herbs to create the fragrant drops that appeared on her chemise after being healed by Saint Joseph. People believed in these miracles because they wanted to, and it was hard for them to doubt Jeanne's sincerity. Throughout her life, Jeanne was an expert at disguising her true nature. She used her lack of a stable identity to her advantage and played many roles. She would show off her goodness or her suffering, making sure that the focus was always on her. Her actions were dramatic and theatrical, meant for others to see and admire. This story teaches us to be aware of people who might have deep narcissism. They can be masters of disguise, hiding their true selves and playing on our empathy. We must learn to recognize these people by noticing how they always seem to be the center of attention and drama. By understanding their true motives, we can protect ourselves from getting caught up in their games and avoid becoming collateral damage in their quest for attention and fame. Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoy this video, please subscribe, like, and share with your friends and family.